copy speak English daily until I get fluent. So today I'm going to do something different, something new. I mean, I'm doing these live sessions from the last 25 days, and that, as we all you all know, that I'm doing this to improve my communication, to improve my English speaking, and overall my confidence, right? And just doing these live sessions are not enough unless until I not also like understand my mistakes, improve those mistakes with the time, right? So that is very important part of improving my like communication, right? So today I'm basically going to do that. I'm going to point out my most common mistakes which I make in every my live session, right? I have taken the help of artificial intelligence to know what are the mistakes, what are the common mistakes which I have made, like making in every live session which I did. So basically I'm going to find I'm going to help the device to understand, right, what I'm saying. Okay, so basically today I'm not going to discuss any new. Basically I have written all the things in my phone so that I can understand, and the reason of this doing is to basically know my mistakes and improve those mistakes, right? So today I'm not going to discuss any new topic. Instead I want to talk about myself, because I have been doing this live session every single day from the last 25 days, and I have noticed a lot of common mistakes which I make, right? I mean, things I keep repeating almost every session. So today I want to share those mistakes openly and talk about how I am trying to fix them. Maybe this will help you too if you are also learning to speak English fluently, right? So first mistake which I make, and I'm totally agree with the this AI that he has pointed out, is that using too many fillers. That is so true. Like words like and then like, I mean, I use lot of these filler words. I mean, these words should be used sometime. If used in a proper way, then it is right. But I use so many these things. Like for example, I'm giving you example. Problem क्या है? I mean, I'm trying to show you that I forget word, our thought, I fill it with the oh, like, I mean, our right. Yeah, that is very true what he's saying. Like for example, if I forget what I need to share, or like I just like try to share random things, right? So what happens when I forget what to any word or any sentence or anything, then I use these fillers like I mean, to that's why I use lot of these fillers. Why it happens? My brain tries to catch up with my mouth, so stall with I stall with fillers. Okay, I start with the fillers. Okay, improvement plan. Pause instead of filling the silence. What he's saying ki how you can improve these mistake of using too many fillers. The first thing that you can do is that pause instead of filling the silence. Yeah, that is very true. I mean, when they I have observed my live sessions too. I have watched that. I have watched my live sessions, and what I do is that, like for example, if any word not comes, or like any uh, thought which I missed, then instead of just using these like which I use, I mean, just now, right? Instead of using that, you can just be silent. Like be silent for a 5 seconds. You don't want to be silent. Why? I mean, you always like you this that you can be silent. There, silence is not a bad thing, right? So you can be silent. So don't use so many fillers like many, right? So you don't use these words that look very weird, right? If you use them frequently, I mean, that is good thing to use, but should be used in a proper manner and in limited way. You not like everywhere you're just putting, when you forget something you are using, and this that. So instead of that, just be silent. If you forget something, remember that. Be silent, right? Instead of just using like, I mean, don't do that. And second, take a small breath, think and continue. Yeah, if you forget something, just think and like take a small breath, right? Practice speaking slowly. Clarity is more powerful than speed. That is very important. What the feedback has given by the artificial intelligence. For me, it was like how fast I speak, right? That is not important. Speaking fast is not important. What important is the clarity of the thought, clarity of the sentence, clarity of the thought expression, right? And I was trying to speak in so much speed. So what he's saying, he practice speaking slowly. That is very true. He practice speaking slowly, and I need to practice this thing, because I try to speak so much fast. And so basically, the first mistake is mine. I use lot of fillers like right, And why I use I use these words to, like, when I forget any word, or I forget any sentence. And basically, what was that? Yeah, why it happens, because our brain try to catch, like, our brain, when there is nothing in that this try to fill that gap. And how I can improve this mistake, very important. First, pause instead of filling the silence. First, I need to be paused whenever there is no word coming. I can be paused instead of just like using these pillars. Now the second mistake of mine is mixing sentences or losing track of thought. That is very true problem. Sometimes I start a sentence with the one idea and it end it with the another. For example, if I want to be rich, I mean, what I'm see. For example, my second mistake is mixing sentences or losing track of thought. Like that was the second mistake, which is given by the AI, artificial intelligence, and I am agree with this like problem too, that I have also observed in my life session. So basically what he's saying, the problem what is with me, sometimes I start sentence with one idea and end it with the another. That is very true. So I'm giving example of one of my life session, right? If I want to be rich, I have said this. If I want to be rich, I mean, what I'm saying is everyone wants to be rich, but okay, leave it. I mean that was the exact thing that I have said in the like past life session. But if I want to be rich, I mean, what I'm saying is everyone wants to be rich, but okay, leave it. Like there's no proper one sentence and then there is one meaning, right? I mean, I started something else thought of, like when I started, my thought was something else, but when I end it, I was completely different track of like thought, right? So that is happens a lot. I mix the basically sentences. That happens a lot to me. Why it happens? I think faster than I speak. That is very true. I like basically I think faster than I speak. I try to say everything at once. That is like that is very main important point of myself, is that I basically try to say everything at once, right? You don't need to do that. Just say slowly. Improvement plan. Okay, and I make the same thing in a short phrases, not full paragraphs. Okay, so how I can improve this habit of mixing the sentences? First, think in a short phrases, not a full paragraphs. Use simple sentence structures. Take 2 seconds before starting a new sentence. He's saying take 2 seconds before starting a new sentence. Okay, so basically there is a two mistakes which I know, like which we have know till now, is that first I use a lot of fillers, so I need to improve that. Second, I basically mix sentences, right? So these are the two mistakes which I need to improve from the next live sessions, right? And then third, repeating the same words again and again. Problem, I often repeat I think, basically, actually, or write a lot. That is very true. I basically repeat the same words again and again. If you have seen my live sessions, I have seen my live sessions, I repeat the same words again and again. For example, I often repeat I think, basically, actually, write a lot. Why it happens? Habit plus trying to sound confident. That is very true. I do this because of the habit. I have the habit of using these words. And then second, I want try to be confident. Okay, how I can improve that? Record note overused words. Okay, so what I need to do is that I need to see my live session and then point out ki, okay, I am using these words, so I need to improve. I don't need to use these words so much. Replace them with the silence or synonyms. For example, basically, actually, to be honest. Okay, so basically, the one thing which I need to understand is silence is not a bad thing while speaking. You don't need to use fillers a lot, right? You can be silent while speaking. So be silent. Learn to be silent during speaking, right? That is very important, because all the mistakes are just these one key. I don't want to be silent. I want to speak something, right? When life is going on. Fourth, unclear pronunciation or rushing words. Problem. Sometimes I rush while speaking, especially when I'm excited or nervous. Why it happens? I focus more on ideas than the clarity. How I can improve this? Slow down by 10-20%. Read a lot daily from a book or transcript. Watch your own replays and note unclear words. Okay, the fifth problem with fifth mistake which I am making, translating thought from, no, I don't think. That is wrong. I speak correctly. Okay. Sixth one, long sentence without full stops. I go on live without a pause, like one very long line. Getting distracted mid sentences. Okay, problem. I often lose focus and talk about something else mid sentence, like make issues, phone hitting. Okay, I mean that is I can't say anything. Being over. Okay. Okay, so basically main four mistakes which I am making. The first one is I use lot of fillers. That is very true. So I need to learn to how I can improve that. I need to be comfortable with the silence. Like be like that. You don't need to be like you right. I mean you don't need to use these fillers. And second mistakes, repeat like mix sentences lot, right? I mean I start with something else thought and then end up in something else thought. So you need to be precise, you need to be like complete one sentence and then jump to the next sentence instead of mixing all the sentences, right? And third mistake was mine is what was my third mistake? I just forget. Yeah, repeating the same mistakes again and again. I mean, the same words again and again. Like for example, basically, right? I basically repeat those words so much during the live session. So these are the three mistakes which I need to improve. These are the three mistakes which is common in every live session. So in the from the next, I will try to improve those with the time, and I will do this live like my review session sometime after, and understand that I have improved my mistakes or not. That's all for today. See you soon. Bye.